Hi, everybody. Yesterday I was talking about how I ended up in Ukraine. And before I wanted to go to Ukraine, I wanted to go so bad to Chernobyl. And my best friend said she didn't want to go. The reason being was she's from Sofia, Bulgaria. And when the nuclear reactor exploded in Ukraine, in Chernobyl in 1986, she was a little girl. And all of a sudden, she started throwing up all day. And then her mom and dad had to call the ambulance. Then when the ambulance came, they wanted to put her in a quarantine zone. And her father said, "Over my dead body." Later, what they found out was her communistic government from Bulgaria did not say anything to warn them what was happening. So she didn't want to go. She told me that it was up to me. She will follow me. And of course, I'm selfish. I didn't even listen. I decided I wanted to go. I thought it was a very interesting experience. It's fascinating, and I will experience history that I can't in the United States. So then, also what happened, my best friend said, "Okay, before we go, just remember, there is still radiation there." Then what happened, Pope Francis was coming to Bulgaria for a papal mass, and my best friend was doing the second reading, and all these people from Europe were coming all over to Bulgaria to prepare. Then we were all going outside. We were in the church preparing. Then we went outside in the front of the church steps. And all these people from Europe, I started to tell that I'm going to go to Chernobyl. The first one was a German professor. She looked at me, horrific, just horrified. She said, "There is still radiation there." Then I tell an Italian. He tells me, "There is still radiation there." Finally, I tell a Ukrainian, and she told me, she was calm about it. She said, "There is still radiation there, and if you want to get pregnant or have a baby in the future, just going there may have your baby might have a deformity." So she said not to go. And of course, again, I don't listen. So immediately we go back to my best friend's apartment, and I'm sitting on her bed. I decide to apply and start to look up the Chernobyl tour guide. So I decide to look it up. I pick the one I want. I already put out my name. I'm filling it out, the credit cards. I decide I'm about to press pay, and something just stops me. Literally just seconds before, something stops me, and I said, "Okay, I'm not going anymore." And I believe that it was the Holy Spirit preventing me to go. And at that moment, my best friend said to me, "What day were we supposed to go?" I said, "Monday, May 13th. She said, "May 13th is the anniversary of Our Lady of Fatima, her first message in 1917. She said, "I wonder what Our Lady wants us to do. I wonder why we're going on Monday to Ukraine." It's because our history in the past, every time we went somewhere, like we went to Israel, we don't know where we're going. Hello, Vanity. We don't know where we're going and in Israel, and we decide just to follow the Holy Spirit. And last time we ended up in Mount Carmel. So we just follow the Holy Spirit. So then my friend from Rome, my classmate, he messages me. And he tells me, I tell him actually, I said, "I want to go to Chernobyl in Ukraine." And he said, in the language that the Ukrainians speak, Chernobyl means wormwood. At that moment, I was completely shocked. I go and run and get the Bible. I open to Revelation or Apocalypse 8. And it talks about the 7 angels with the 7 trumpets. And one of the angels blows the trumpet, and from the sky falls a bitter star that falls, and it's a bitter star, and its name is wormwood. And it goes into the third of the waters. And when men drink it, and women, the people, they die. A third of the people. So at that moment, I understand that in Revelation 8 and what happened to Chernobyl's explosion with the name wormwood, that is a foretaste of what's to come in the apocalypse. Again, I'm minding my own business, and boom, again, I'm told about the apocalypse, and I have to think about this. So what I talked about yesterday, so where did we end up on May 13th? We ended up in Lvov in the church. I'm just going to say it quickly because you can look in the previous day. So we end up in the church, and what I realized is Russia is trying to conquer Ukraine right now, and there's hundreds of pictures of the military men, and they're killed in war to defend their country so Russia will not take it. And then I look to the side, and there are a whole bunch of children with pictures, and they're saying that they lost their fathers in this war. So that's why it's very, very crucial to understand the war in Russia and what Our Lady of Fatima prophesied in 1917. She said Russia will spread its errors. This is part of the error, this war that's happening right now. And what's scary is Our Lady of Fatima even prophesizes of the annihilation of nations. And that's why in our documentary that we made, it's called The Woman of the Apocalypse, I put a section there just about this. Right now, this annihilation of nations, this third of the humans that die from the bitter water of wormwood, that does not have to happen now. We can decide as humans together, if we love God with all our heart, if we love our neighbor, if we stop sinning, if we stop breaking each other's heart, we can stop this. And that's why it's so important for me. Thank you. Bye, Vanity.